In Inkscape, you can create all kinds of amazing spirals very easily by using the settings along the top here with the spiral tool. So how do you start? There's also another great feature you might like to explore. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that later. Just go over here. Here's the spiral tool. And you see the settings here. Turns 49.8 and divergence 2.16, etc. And you can just apply it like that. You can also go over here, select that, and then hover over there and drag outwards. You've got your spiral design. But go back to the spiral tool at any point, and you can tweak this again. You just change the settings and create a variety of different things. In a radius, you can push it too far and you won't see any of the spiral. There's the full spiral. If you push it all the way down to the centre. Also, you can change this, the turns, create a very intense spiral. But also you can go over here and you've got fill and stroke. The fill and stroke means you can go and change the width. Let's just change that so you can see it a bit clearer, or maybe reduce it down. Now this is the stroke style. You can also go for dashes. So there's a whole range of presets. So you can select that one, say. There's the preset, and you've got this pattern here. Now you can modify this. You can go, oh, I don't want 2 and 2. I want 2 and 1. And that will change it. Maybe go for 3 and 1. And you can see, create a different design. Or maybe 3 and 5. And so on. But again, if you go make a mistake, something doesn't work, we'll just go back to one of these dashes here. Also, you've got markers. You can always turn around and say, oh, you know what? I want the pencil. Or this one. And you can see, you can just add it very quickly. And you can modify the settings. You've got here size. So you can increase the size. As you see, you increase that. You've also got angle and offset as well. So you can reposition it. Stroke paint, go here. You can modify stroke paint so it goes red, or maybe a gradient. So you've got a gradient there, or maybe radial. Or maybe use a pattern. So click there and you can use patterns to create a whole variety of different designs. But I'm just going to go with a solid. It's red, it's got the dashes. Also, if you want, add a blur to it. Now sometimes the blur just removes it completely, but you can add a slight blur to it. Now really useful, and another option before that, fill. Just go there, you can actually add fills. So you can see now you've got this filled spiral design. I'm going to go with solid, get that, or nothing at all. So you've just got your stroke. But a really, really useful feature. And it's literally thousands of things to explore here. Edit and XML editor. The core of this, SVG and XML. That's what Inkscape is. All this is all in this information. Transforms, location, that's the position, CY, CX. Weirdly, it's CX. Should be CX, CY, surely. But still, it's the other way around. You can change the number radius. Now, unfortunately, it's not a very visual editor. It'd be nice if you had an up-down control. It doesn't seem to allow that, which is a pity. But you can enter, say, 280 instead of for the radius, and you can see the result. Or maybe click there and make it 500. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and edit it. Also, you can change the revolution. Let's just change it to 90. 590. You can see that you can create some really truly intense spirals that way. Maybe too extreme. So I'm just going to put it back to something more sensible, maybe 90. And you can see the result there. You can also change, let's say, the position. You can change also the argument here. Let's just change that. Maybe go for 220. And again, if something happens, goes wrong, you can always undo. Go here. Instead of that one, you can go for 7.8. You see that tweaks it as well. You can also go down to style. So this is the style, the red. The red, this, you've got fill none. Fill rule, doesn't matter. Let's just click it. And you've got all these options here. And here's the dash array. Slightly worse form than the other way it was with 2 and all that sort of stuff. But you can still go here and you can say, oh, let's go for 5. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't update until you click OK. But you see, as soon as you click that, maybe go with, say, 2 there. And you can actually find a whole range of different designs simply by going through some subtle changes to the dash array. Or if you decide, you know what, that stroke width, maybe I want it to be 2.5. Click OK, and you can see slightly thicker. Everything can be accessed here. You can see all the various details. Again, click there, and when you can see here, filter. Here's the filter. That's the blur that was applied. Now, filter 15. Doesn't say blur, but filter 15. And you can tweak things there as well. If you expand this out, let's expand this out. Here's the filter. So you've got the blur, so filter 15. Not particularly obvious. I don't know why it doesn't say blur, but it doesn't. It says filter 15. Here's the Gaussian blur. So you can see it's Gaussian blur 15. And that's obviously the effect. And you can see the value there. So you might decide, oh, you know what? I want it to be 3. So you just tweak it here. You see now it's blurred. Or you might go 0. So let's just put a little subtle blur. And you can see it more. So you can tweak the blur just via this XML editor. But again, go back here, click here. And again, you can modify the pin. So obviously that's the pin. And you can tweak various settings for that as well. All via this XML editor. And again, fill opacity change, but also the stroke color. So if you know that you want blue there, you think, oh, you know, I don't want whatever that is, hash D6, etc., but you know, like red, green, blue, etc. You can just set it to that, click OK, and then you've got blue just by changing here. And you can change all these other settings and literally create thousands of different designs very quickly via this XML editor. Definitely something that shouldn't be ignored. Now, sometimes it doesn't close. You think you'd close it here. Doesn't always. Sometimes it does. Sometimes. But if you don't, go over this side, click here, and close panel. That does work. So now you've got your really unusual spiral created fairly quickly. And of course, you can manipulate it further. Go here, add some various tools, etc. to it. Bend, envelope, lots of other things to do with that spiral. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Bye.